When Apple quietly dropped the Airpods Max, I'm sure everyone was a little bit confused, maybe even skeptical. I mean, I know I was, but now that these noise canceling Bluetooth headphones are out and I've had a chance to really get to know them over the last 2 weeks, here is my honest review of them from the everyday consumer's perspective. Are they any good? Are they worth your money? Let's find out with a little review. First, as mentioned a few seconds ago, I'll be reviewing this from the average person looking for a pair of nice noise-canceling headphones. I'm not an audiophile, so I won't dissect these things like some sort of wine connoisseur, and plus, I'd be honestly super terrible at that. We'll be looking at the practicality and value that this product provides. Either way, let's get started. The first thing you'll notice is that the box it comes in is absolutely massive. Inside the box contains the headphones themselves, inside their barely protective carrying case, a lightning to USB-C charging cable, and some free recyclables. The Airpods Max have this nice soft mesh on the headband that's honestly feels really soft and not rigid like what you'd find on an office chair's mesh backing. The rest of the headband is hard but soft touch plastic, but the ear cups themselves are made out of aluminum, and the moment you pull them out of the case, it's cold to the touch, similar to when you first sit on the toilet seat. Nice and cold. Build quality wise, I think this thing is built really well. It's super solid. The ear cups, however, only swivel and can't fold into themselves, unlike the Bose QC35s or Sony 1000 XM4s. And if you carry the Airpods Max without the case, the aluminum cans click together faster than Dorothy clicks her shoes in The Wizard of Oz. The earpads themselves are plush and feel really nice to touch and are attached magnetically. While they are labeled left and right, they fit perfectly down to the cutouts when flipped upside down and attached to the opposite side. Which means if you ever end up in the strange scenario where you only have two left ear cups for some reason, you'll be fine. Except both will say L and one will be upside down. It still works though. The Airpods Max ear cup height can be adjusted by just pulling the cup down. There's no clicks, but the ear cups stay in place because it actually requires a bit of pressure to pull them to your desired length or retract them. Regardless of how big your head is and how far they're pulled out of the headband, you can still fit them inside the case. But the cutout for the charging port just won't line up correctly unless the headband is at its shortest. The right ear cup has a dial up top for volume control, and when you click on it, you can play pause or pick up calls, skip, or go back a track. You know, the typical Bluetooth headphone features. There's also a button that lets you switch between the different noise canceling modes. Alright, so in terms of comfort, I felt these fit my ears really well, and there wasn't much pressure around the top of my head. Really, there was only pressure around my ear because there's these cushions that surround it. Initially, when you put the headphones on, you won't actually feel them much, but you will feel them when you start turning your head because they're quite heavy compared to other noise-canceling wireless headphones. Real quickly, this is how the mic on the Airpods Max sounds. Since we live in a video calling world now, I thought this was an important feature to highlight. Personally, I think the mics sound just adequate. It's not the absolute best, but for Bluetooth headphones, what were you really expecting? They sound alright. The Airpods Max has pretty good battery life at 20 hours and can be used wired with this $35 lightning to 3.5mm headphone jack cable. I also tried to just plug the little lightning dongle you used to get with some iPhones into an aux cable and plug the Airpods Max into my MacBook with that, and well, it didn't work. It only worked correctly with this particular cable, but I'm sure there will eventually be cheaper third-party cables that will work fine. Also, a really strange fact about that cable, you can also use it to connect your iPhone or iPad to speakers and it works fine. But the Airpods Max cannot be used with this cable if the battery's dead, unlike some of the other noise-canceling Bluetooth headphones, which do still work when they're dead, but without the noise canceling features. The Airpods Max also share the same quick pairing and quick sharing features the AirPods and AirPod Pros have, and still follows you across all of your Apple products. Now, let's talk about sound quality. I do have a pair of Sony 1000 XM3s. They're really not the latest version of Sony's wireless noise canceling headphones anymore. Those would actually be the 1000 XM4s. I know, right? clever name, which is a really similar pair of noise cancelling headphones with some minor improvements. So a lot of what I'm about to say still rings true, but I feel like a ton of people looking at the Airpods Max have heard or have considered the Sony 1000 XM4s or Bose QC700. These two noise cancelling headphones people consider equals to each other, but in this review I'll be comparing the Max to the XM3s because that's what I have on hand. I don't have the newer ones. Sorry. The Airpods Max sound much more neutral than the XM3s, and the soundstage also feels wider on the Max. It's not a night and day difference, but it's really there and it's noticeable. The XM3s and XM4s have an emphasis on the low end for a more fun and bassy sound that's good for a ton of modern music. To be 100% honest with you, I liked how the sound on the cheaper XM3s sounded better than how the Airpods Max sounded. That is until you started playing classical music, orchestral, movie, or video game soundtracks that have a ton of instruments in them. Then in that scenario, drums and other low-end heavy instruments seem to drown out all the strings on the Sonys, and that's where the Airpods Max sounds best. And the Airpods Max overall just sounded more clear than the Sonys. So that's just my take on the sound. It's hard to go into further detail without you actually hearing it, like having it in your hand and putting it on. And I wish I could just say, go try them out in a store like I used to for headphone reviews. But with the pandemic, I recommend you don't. Just know that overall, these have a flat sound profile, wide sound stage, and overall great sound clarity. Now let's talk about noise cancelling. Noise cancelling is really good. I would say better than my Sony XM3s and definitely better than the AirPods Pro. It's really good at getting rid of consistent noise and high-pitched noises. Okay, since I recently just got married on December 19th, that's why, I've been wearing this ring now, I feel obligated to tell a cringy, unwarranted marriage joke. So here goes. I will verify for you married fellas out there that the noise cancelling is good enough to drown out your nagging wife. As for transparency mode, which is what Apple calls the feature that makes the headphones sound like you don't have them on, other brands have this feature too, like Sony's ambient mode and Bose's aware mode on their noise cancelling headphones. Overall impressions on that, their transparency mode on the AirPods Max sounds nearly identical to what you would hear if you didn't have the headphones on. It's really weird and cool at the same time because it's so close to real life. It's not this good on the AirPods Pro or my Sony 1000 XM3's ambient mode. Those usually have like this slight hiss and sound a bit off, but it's just super creepy how similar to regular hearing the transparency mode on the AirPod Maxes are. It's really close. It's almost 100% there. I would say about 95 to 97% there. Alright, so before we come to a conclusion on these AirPod Max, I just want to point something out. I tried thinking long and hard and tried to figure out what the purpose of these headphones are. I mean, these things are really pricey. They're $550. So the first question I ran into was, what's the purpose of noise cancelling headphones in general? Well, to me, it was to get rid of the noises around you so that the peace and quiet can help you concentrate on the audio coming from the headphones. So then I thought, where do these noises come from? And the biggest things I could think of was other people or objects. This would be situations like being out in public, walking along the street, at your local library, your local college campus, the local coffee shop, or, well, your car, bus, or plane ride. Situations like these are where you'd most likely want noise cancelling, right? This is where the AirPods Max confuses me. The AirPods Max excel in this area, right? The noise cancelling is fantastic, and the transparency mode makes it sound as if you didn't have them on when you do need to hear people. But when you look at these and compare them to other common noise cancelling headphones, these are annoying to carry around. They weigh more than both the Sony XM4s and Bose QC700, and the shape it has in its case makes it super annoying to pack and bring with you. I'm going to give an example here. Plane travel. So before the pandemic, I used to travel consistently on planes for work. And on these trips, I saw so many people with noise cancelling headphones. These were all different variations of Sony, Bose, or even AirPods Pros. The thing about all those headphones though is that they're pretty easy to pack and their cases are protective to all of the parts of the headphones. These AirPods Max, they don't get as compact and the headband is always out. So you have to be significantly more careful packing these, and they take up more room too because they're just so big and clunky. So I don't think the AirPods Max is what I'd take on trips with me if I were still traveling. It's not the best fit for constant travelers. These seem more like headphones you would use stationary in one place and take it with you on occasion only, just not super often. Okay, so with everything I said so far in mind, what's my conclusion on the AirPods Max? They sound clearer than my 1000 XM3s. They have better noise canceling, and the build feels absolutely fantastic in the hand. It's not even close. But the AirPods Max cost $550, $200 more than the full price of the latest Sony 1000 XM4 or Bose QC700. There are diminishing returns there. The sound is only a little bit clearer, and the noise canceling is only a little bit better as well. If you think all of that, plus the easy switchability with Apple devices and the great build quality is worth that $550 price tag, then go for it. These are honestly fantastic, but if you're looking for the best value for your dollar or looking for fantastic travel companions, you might want to look at the Sony or Bose and grab a pair of AirPod Pros along with it. That would have you paying nearly the exact same price that you would for AirPods Max. Either way, I'm sure you'd be happy with your purchase regardless of the route you take. But, you know, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, if I didn't own all of these, if they all disappeared from my life right now and I had to repurchase some of these items, I think I'd go for the Sonys plus the AirPods Pro. I really do like the AirPods Max, but it's obviously just not the best value out there. So keep that in mind when you're considering these. These are fantastically built headphones with a high price tag. They aren't for everyone, but clearly people want them because they're sold out everywhere. Anyway guys, what do you think? Are AirPods Max something you're considering? Is it still what you'd buy? Is that fantastic build quality and Apple Focus features worth $200 extra to you? Or would you just go with something else? What are you using for your audio needs right now? Leave all that down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and well, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.